Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to All Baking and Cooking. Um, Today's video is a bit different. You can see there are some potatoes which are about to boil in the water. Um, these are almost 700 grams, like a bit more than half kg of potatoes. We will boil them till they are fully tendered and fully cooked. So I was telling you that this video is a bit different from our normal videos because a couple of days ago I just came across a very different kind of recipe which sort of like attracted me, and I thought of making that recipe. I just wanted to give it a try, and I wanted to see how it turns out because that was a really different recipe. So I was just wondering that is it worth it to make it in the Ramzan. So for that, and this by the way, the name of this recipe is potato cheese balls. So let's see how it turns out. And I'm repeating that this recipe I'm just recreating this without without any change, except that the things which I'm taking, they are a little less from the original recipe in the quantity. In the Rubika kitchen, the chef got 1 kg of potatoes, but I am taking like less than 1 kg, almost half kg of potatoes. And it totally depends on your choice how much quantity you want to make. So you can half it or double it up. So I'm just I've cut down it to half, and I've taken almost 700 grams of potatoes. So once they are boiled, we'll come back. And I forgot to tell you that I am adding roughly 1 teaspoon of salt while the potatoes are boiling. It's not like a necessary step. Like if the potatoes will taste a bit good, they will not taste like just plain once they are boiled and mashed up. So it's good when you're boiling the potatoes, always add some amount of salt, and it gives a good taste to potatoes once they're boiled. 250 grams of boneless chicken which I have put on the stove for boiling, and I have added half teaspoon of salt, then 5. So I'm gonna add just 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 black peppers while we are boiling the chicken. So now I thought to show you this step. So here we are making a green chutney for the potato cutlets stuffing actually. So I have taken 1 handful of green coriander. So she added 1 teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste into this chutney. So instead of doing that, I'm adding the whole, and they will automatically be grinded up into the chutney. So you can see 2 cloves of garlic and half-inch piece of ginger, and they go into direct into the chutney. Green chilies, because we are making it in small quantity, so we are almost cutting down each ingredient quantity to half. So I have added 3 green chilies. Now 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. So here I just wanted to mention that I'm not exactly cutting the I'm not exactly cutting them out to half, like somewhere where I feel like it should be in that quantity, I use that. Now it's time to add spices into it. So she took half teaspoon of white salt and half teaspoon of black salt. So, and in total it makes 1 teaspoon. So I'm taking a little less than half teaspoon, because our quantity of all other ingredients are white salt, and now this is black salt. A little less than half teaspoon. And according to Ruby in the kitchen, black salt added different flavor to this chutney. and then chaat masala, that is going 1 teaspoon. I'm adding 1 teaspoon. Then jeera powder, half teaspoon. This is jeera powder or cumin powder, half teaspoon. And then half teaspoon of red chili flakes or crushed red chili, half teaspoon. So that's all for the spices. And now very different things which kind of attracted me to this recipe were peanuts, salted peanuts. I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of salted peanuts, and basically what the function is to thicken the chutney or sauce, green chutney which we are making. 1 teaspoon of this is moti savaiya, nimco munch, which is actually you can call it nimco munch, the savaiya which are used in the nimco. So 1 tablespoon of that is going, and the main purpose of adding these into this is to make the green sauce a little bit thick, because we have to stuff it into the potato balls, so it should be thick. And in the last, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of water, and we will try to keep the water as low possibly as we can, so that this chutney is actually not very thin. We want a thick chutney or thick sauce. So you can see the paste, and actually 4 teaspoons of water went into it, and still it's very thick, and I am considering adding more water into it so it can be taken out from that container. So so that's it. You can see the state of this sauce or chutney. So for now, I can already smell the aroma coming from all that spices, and especially black salt from this. Now we are going to move it aside. And one more different thing, like she said, we are going to shred the potatoes, boiled potatoes, instead of mashing them up. So we're gonna shred the potatoes. Maybe they will the reason behind shredding them is that they will bind more easily and more properly, so like this. And one more thing, like when you're going to shred the potatoes, you should first let them cool after boiling, and then if you have time, then just refrigerate them for some time, like for half an hour, and then shred them. So there will be a good texture, and it will be easier to shred them, like they will not fall apart. So this is how I'm gonna shred all of the potatoes, and then I'll meet you after some time. So here I have mashed all the potatoes, which were a little bit more than half kg, so you can take half kg, and half cup of mozzarella cheese. If you want to add any other kind of cheese, you are just free. And because I like cheese more, so I'm gonna add a little bit of more cheese. It's been like 3/4 cup of cheese, and you can also add more cheese if you like. And half cup of boiled shredded chicken. So here it is. This is it. And if you like more chicken, you can add a little bit of more chicken, which I have added. And now we come to the spices which we have to add in this chicken. First the spices we added in the green chutney. Now we're gonna add spices into this potato cheese chicken combination. So here we have combined potatoes, chicken, cheese, and now I'm gonna add spices. So first of all, 1 teaspoon of red chili flakes, a little bit less, 1 teaspoon of salt, then garlic powder, half teaspoon. This one I'm taking half. Garlic powder, half teaspoon, and they also said onion powder, which I don't have, so she said you can skip it, and 1.5 tablespoon of corn flour according to my quantity of things. So here goes 1.5 tablespoon of corn flour. We are going to mix it, and in the end, when it's all mixed up, we will add oil, half teaspoon of oil. So use your bare hand to mix them all. So corn flour actually we are using here again for binding. So they stay 1 tablespoon of oil, so I'm gonna take exactly half of it. I'm not very fond of oil, so half tablespoon of oil. So actually these are not potato cheese balls, these are cheese chicken cutlets. This is the black pepper which I added while boiling the chicken. So I took it out, and I think I need to add a bit more corn flour so yeah, I added more corn flour into it, and now it's kind of like sticky together. The exact texture which we wanted, you can see. And I think I'm gonna add half tablespoon of oil more into it, so you can see it's all done, and a very good texture. And if you want to make a ball out of it or a cutlet, it would be easier like this, and we have to stuff it with chutney. So see, it is binding easily now, so perfect. So here we are making filling for the potato cutlets. Here I bought half cup of boiled shredded chicken, which I'm gonna add it. If you don't like chicken, or if you don't have chicken right now, you can skip this step according to Rubika Kitchen. And then I'm gonna add half cup of cheese. If you like more cheese, definitely you can add more cheese. And if you don't have it, you can totally skip it. Doesn't have any problem. And this is, by the way, mozzarella cheese. If you want any other kind of cheese like cheddar cheese or any other kind of cheese, you can obviously use that. So now this is the green sauce or green chutney which we made with the help, like by adding peanuts and savaya and all that stuff. So I'm gonna add bit by bit, like I'm taking almost half of it, and I'm gonna mix it into this so that we can make a thick kind of gravy to that. Now after mixing it, you can put it for some time, like 20 to 30 minutes in the fridge, so that it will like it's more thickened up. I think it's enough. I'm gonna add a little bit more, like this one is left, and if you want to add more, you can definitely add more for the spices and all that green flavor. And the rest of the chutney we will use for making dip sauce with yogurt. So I think that's it. So our mashed potato material, we already put it in the fridge, it's there. We're gonna take it out and we are going to make balls and I'm keeping the size knowingly a bit small because I have to serve them in a iftari. So you can see I have taken that much of amount, like a small bowl, and I have just wet my hands a bit, not too much, and we will press it like that, make a little tap into the center and fill it with the cheese, chicken and chutney filling. Now it totally the amount of this again depends on your choice, how much you want to add. Like it should be normal, not too much, not very less. And we are going to convert that into a ball again. If it is peeking through from somewhere, just make sure to cover it properly. And here it is. Initially I was thinking that they are looking good like balls, but maybe I changed their shape. Right now I'm gonna put them in fridge so that they can hold on their shape and they can get a bit of you can say thick structure. They should hold their shape while we take them out from the fridge for the frying purpose. So I'm gonna put them in the fridge and we are going to make slurry and the coating for frying. So we need 1 cup of breadcrumbs, and here we are going to make a slurry for the coating. So for that we need 2 tablespoons of corn flour full. Now we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of white flour, half teaspoon of crushed red chili, and if you don't like it, you can make it like little less, even like 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. I'm gonna add a pinch of salt so that when we coat the cheese balls with it, potato cutlets with it, they doesn't taste saltless a bit. And now we're gonna add some water into it. So we have to make a thin paste. And we will add water mindfully, so that like I have added 4 teaspoons of water and it's still lumpy, so I'm gonna add more water. And we're gonna mix it. I think this is the same consistency she showed in her video, and I'm excited for this video. This is first time I'm making a video like without any changes or without my own touch into it, because I was very much impressed by this video, by this potato chutney cutlets, and I really wanted to try it. So I'm just trying to do as same possible. So our oil is being heated up. Meanwhile we are going to coat it. So first of all I'm gonna put this into this slurry, gently roll over it and then take it out like very gently. And I think I should have taken them in a big plate maybe, but it's working fine. So while coating it, if a shape does get disturbs a bit, you can do it. So heat it up for like 5 minutes, but still not very hot. So there, and we will not touch them, so that we get the shape, or we can do it like that, very gently, very carefully. And let's see what happens. Because they are already cooked, so we don't need to cook them for like longer time. It will just take 1 minute to fry on each side. So they are turning good. Apart from the taste, I haven't tasted them obviously yet, but like nice. Like I was a bit afraid if cheese can come outside or spill out like in the oil and it's gonna really messy, but it's not coming, and I'm very happy. And I think for next frying, I'm gonna shape them in a cutlet shape. So here it is. I'm gonna take them out. And look how beautiful they are looking. Wow, I love it. I absolutely love it. And it's really nice to watch them like that. I think I don't know why it's not focusing. There is not enough light. So we put them here in the light and then I'll show you. So here we got all the light and you can see how beautiful they are looking. And I'm gonna cut it with a knife because they still are really hot. And I'm going to taste them, check them, how do they taste and how they do look from inside, because there was a lot of cheese. Oh my god, look at that, all the stuffing, cheese and potatoes and green chutney. So it's looking good so far. It's very hot, still hot to taste, but let's see tasting what happens. It is good. It holds its shape. It's crunchy outside and it's like cheesy and savory taste inside, and if you can see the cheese inside like this, and then this chutney. So I am not really fan, like if I tell you 100% truth, I'm not fan of this green chutney. Instead of, I think I should have just added cheese, and it would be cheese and chicken and without chutney, and it might be more tastier. Because what do I think, and so does my husband thinks, that this chutney is actually dominant on all the other savory tastes. Like it has a very strong taste, and somehow that is not kind of mixing with the cheese and potato and chicken flavor. Like it is the taste of this green chutney is alone standing out. So like if you're fond of it's worth a try. Actually, what I wanted to test, actually, that it sounded really interested. It looked like really different and new recipe to me, and I wanted to try it. So I tried it and it turned out like it turns into the recipe of Rubika Kitchen. And like taste is also good, but not like, I can't say like it's 10 out of 10. Like if you like green chutney or the taste of that green masala, then maybe it works for you. But for me, for next time, I will make the potatoes, and I will use the same recipe instead of the green chutney. Like I will just eliminate the green chutney. I will just mix the chicken and cheese up, and I will stuff inside these cutlets or balls like only cheese and chicken, not the green chutney. So that's all from us. All Baking and Cooking. We'll see you in the next recipe soon, inshallah. And thank you very much.